All the young black men and black men are going now for Trump. Don't let them hokey doke you. They are expecting you not to vote. And they're expecting you to be complacent because things are not working to their in their favor. And so they're expecting you not to be exciting about November 5th and that you should stay at home. If you stay at home, then that person that the moderator just talked about, number 45, number 45 will have an opportunity to be your president. And he's already told you what he's going to do. He's already told you. So we need you to vote. Black Church 75 ask that each pastors, if you will, to appoint someone in your congregation to connect with Black Church 75 program where they could pull down the voting rolls of your persons in your congregation who are registered to vote. And so you will see who is registered and who is not registered. And so you can then encourage those persons. We don't want to put their personal business out, but encourage them to get registered so they can vote. So each church, if you will, appoint a person who will sign up to work with Black Church 75 to look at your church's roll, voting roll, such that you could know who is registered and who is not registered. And then you can then encourage those persons to register. Encourage you do it in a way in which you do not put them down, do not put their personal business out, but you do it in a way that they can be encouraged to register. And then the next thing is once they've registered is to get them out to the polls, because it does us no good. If you look at the data from 2008 to 2020, we had 67% of South Carolinians who were registered to vote participated in the election. In 2020, that was 52% of South Carolinians who were registered to vote participated in the voting mechanism. So you see, we cannot have 52% of our people not only voting. We need everyone to vote. And certainly we need more than 52% of our folks voting. We need more than 52% of our folks voting. And so we asked you to do that. That's a mechanism, that's a vehicle by which we can encourage and get more people to the polls. Deacon, would you go to the next slide? Primary dates. June 11th is a primary date. If you wish to vote for Michael Moore, or if you wish to vote for any elective office in our state, that date is June 11th. Now, if there is a primary runoff, that would be held on June 25th. And then, of course, you know the federal election is November 5th. Would you go to the next slide, please? I think there's some candidates that I just want to mention. Yeah, well, that's a little hard for you to see. But in District 15, the candidate for that district is J.A. Moore. In District, I believe it's 115. Let's see, I'll have to look at, okay. Yeah, it's 102. It's Joseph Jefferson. And he has a contender, Colin Holloway. So if you want to vote for Joseph Jefferson or Colin Holloway, you have to vote in the primary. In District 109, you know that you have Tiffany Span Wilder, who is now the incumbent, and she has a challenger, which is Jessica Bright. So if you want to vote for either one of those, you have to do that on June 5th. And then, June 11th, I'm sorry. And then in District 111, Wendell Gilliard is the incumbent, and he has two other challengers. Okay? So depending on where you are, you you will have to vote for one of those. And then on District 113, Marvin Pendarvis is the candidate. And so these are some of the candidates in the various election. There are also, because there is Representative Clyburn is running. I'm not sure of how many of us are in his district, but he's running as well nationally. So that's what we have to do is vote. You could go to the next slide if you will. Okay, and this again, once again, is highlighting that the registration for in-person voting is May 10th. You can vote May 10th. You'll postmark by May 13th. If you're doing the in-person voting, you have to be registered by that time. Absentee deadline, if you're voting absentee, in-person is May 13th, May 31. By mail is May 31, and if you're voting online, it's May 31 as well. In-person voting is on June 11th, as we talk. So that's the information that we have to share with you. And now, I'm not sure whether we could bring on Senator Ted.